What's up, guys? I'm Crystal Lee Naomi, aka Jasmine Borders on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Be sure to subscribe to the Haves and the Have-Nots review for not only reviews on the Haves and the Have-Nots, but also on Sistas. And while you're at it, give your girl a follow on Instagram at Crystal Lee Naomi. And I'll see you every Wednesday at 9, only on BET.
All right, Sistas fans, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd appreciate that as well. Hit the bell icon and turn on all notifications. That is very much appreciated because then you'll know when I post to the channel. And finally, go down to that description box. Follow me on social media. Links are down there for you to enjoy. Now, this video, if you ask me, and you probably feel the same way, kind of came out of left field. Like, this wasn't on my video list. It wasn't something that I even hinted at doing. This is one of those videos where I'm just letting the spirit lead me, if you will. Fitting because I'm recording this on Sunday morning. And ironically enough, I was about to take the notes down because I said today, no later than Monday at the very latest, I would have my videos up about the haves and the have-nots, ranking every season and why season 7 bombed. And I don't know why. Maybe it's that post-election feeling. Not necessarily myself per se. It's just like for the most part, good vibes I've been feeling from online. Just talking with some friends and whatnot. Some people just relieved the election is over at, just for starters. Not necessarily whether or not Trump won, but just a lot of people just, either not even bringing it up or they're just happy because, oh, my football team won or this or that. So for the most part, there's always positive and negatives when it comes to these kind of things. And I'm not here to talk about politics, but I just thought in order to kind of, help with the positivity, I wanted to do a positive video as opposed to not a rant video, but more so and this is why this season sucked. I was really thinking about Sistas. I don't know why, because I was, again, taking notes for the haves and the have-nots, but I think I mentioned this during the live stream I did yesterday. And I may or may not have mentioned this in my Sistas review for Up in Flames, but I just wanted to talk about, why this video is like, why Sistas is so good, or why do I love Sistas. I don't even know what to title the video. I don't know if love is the right word, but I think what makes this show stand out, and bruh as well, but I'm here to talk Sistas. Bruh this week is the season finale, so trust and believe bruh will get some love later on this week, but I think Sistas is one of those shows where I can't remember the last time I was frustrated with characters, but for all the right reasons. Because the haves and the have-nots has just been rinse and repeat and frustratingly bad with the character arcs and development and whatnot. Plus, there have been so many characters on the show this season that it's hard to tell, what a person's really like because we get so many thrown our direction. Ruthless has been off the air for a while. The Oval has way too many characters, and it just feels so, as shocking as bits and pieces of the series is, as shocking as some bits and pieces of the series are, yeah, there we go, proper grammar, I just feel like it being like a characterization of what goes on in the White House. But Sistas and bruh, I feel like are definitely like ground level, if you will, in regards to how these characters are, how they act. And then, for a lack of a better phrase, I feel like the relatability is the best thing about bruh and Sistas. Again, I don't want to talk bruh specifically, but Sistas is what I'm here to focus on. I think what makes Sistas so good is the fact that it goes back to that frustration where I think about how Zach, flew off the handle, broke into the room, then got arrested. Karen choosing Aaron over Zach, Andy refusing to cut ties with Gary. I mean, it seems like she did at the end of the last episode, but let's be real here. how many people think she's going to either talk with him or try to get back with him before the mid-season finale? Let's just, put that out there. And then Sabrina, I know a lot of people are lighting her up because, look, girl, you just found out you didn't lose your job. Now Andy comes in there with $250,000 talking about a safety deposit box, and you want to put your job in jeopardy again. And then Danny, quote unquote, overreacting to Preston. And to be honest, this is the feeling I got, or I used to get, during those early episodes of the Haves and the Have-Nots, especially during the first few seasons where, we all wanted David to leave Veronica, from leaving him in a burning house to sending Quincy to attack Jeffrey, and then the list goes on. But he's like, no, she's just lashing out, trying to, get my attention. And it's like, dude, stop being blind. But the thing is, hopefully not, but I feel like we all know of a person who maybe isn't in that extreme of a relationship, but they have a partner who might be possessive or controlling, but they don't see that as a toxic relationship. They just see this like, maybe I need to do better. It's just like, I feel like we all know a Zach. What if Zach is our sibling? Zach is our cousin. Zach is our friend. Or we all know an Andy. We all know a Danny. We all know a Gary. I feel like even though Tyler gets a lot of flack for you need to get black women to write this show because it's featuring black women, I think Tyler does a good job when it comes to the relatability factor. Yes, it is frustrating when these characters make dumbass decisions, but I do feel like that's also what makes me watch the show, because of the fact that it's so real. Because we all know, let's be real with ourselves for a minute. Some of us have made the same mistakes Sabrina has made, Andy has made, Karen has made, Danny has made. Maybe not the exact same ones, but to an extent. Continuing a relationship you shouldn't be in. Being with someone who's taken, whether they're in a relationship or they're married. Well, I don't know how many people can say they've been a Sabrina where they've been with a person of the opposite gender and they seem a bit too... It's hard to define where their interests truly lie. But then there's also the Karen where you have two guys who, to be completely honest, neither one seems all that great. I feel like Zach is an immature screw up, but at the end of the day, you know who he is. Whereas Aaron, there's a lot we don't know, And then when it comes down to Danny, I mean, I don't really know how to put my finger on Danny. I feel like, believe it or not, I feel like Danny has been the breakout star of the four women this season so far, because I've never seen so many Team Danny since the show started up. Like, I feel like more, I want to be real here. I feel like, in a way, in terms of how the fan base, from the memes, the tweets, and the posts in the Sistas Facebook group, I feel like Andy is being villainized like Veronica from the Haves and Have-Nots. No, I'm not saying Andy is crazy and blowing up stuff and setting people on fire. I'm saying that the way the fan base is responding to Andy, I haven't seen that level of hate in a while. I mean, for as many people who were praising Andy for getting the backbone, for standing up to Bellamy, walking out on Gary, I saw, like, for every one comment or tweet, I saw like 50 more saying, well, it's about time, or, oh, you're stupid, you're running back to Gary, or I'm going to slap you myself for doing this and that. I think that there are more people who love to hate Victoria from the Oval or Veronica from the Haves and the Have-Nots. Even Jasmine doesn't get the same level of disdain that Andy's been getting. So I feel like Andy is definitely taking a lot of L's with the fans. Still love KJ Smith. I just feel like Andy as a character, as frustrating as she is, like if you look at my reviews from the past couple episodes, I let her have it, but it's real because I know females like Andy, so to speak. Like the guy that they shouldn't be with, they'll be with them and then turn down good guys, good men, But then, when things go sour with the Gary in their lives, now they want to call up so and so because they've been friend zoned or they've been put on reserved or flat out rejected. So when you're frustrated with your boy, you want to go to the nice guy because of security, so to speak. And then when it comes to Sabrina, we all have that friend in our group who's good at, keeping the peace if possible. The loudmouth ones, I feel like, maybe there are a couple in each group, they can't stand each other because they're so alike, they don't even want to admit it. I feel like that's Karen and Danny. But when Danny tells you all, there's almost like a comedic side of it, not to say she's not serious, but, Karen will just roast you so badly that you'll just be a pile of ashes by the time she's done because she will chew you up and spit you out in a heartbeat, no hesitation. But I just wanted to come up here and say that Sistas has an undeniable charm to it. And I just wanted to say that I don't know what prompted me to do this video, but like I said at the beginning, just trying to spread positivity. That way I'm not always known as being the harsh critic, if you will, of Tyler Perry content, but there are some things that he just gets right and some things I feel are terribly wrong. And for the flaws of his Viacom shows, I do feel like they all have that I gotta watch it each week kind of vibe to it. Now, I'm not saying that about House of Pain and Assisted Living, mind you, but when it comes to the, let's say, lengthy series like a Oval or Ruthless or Sistas, Bruh is a special case because even though it's only 21 minutes, it does hold the same qualities of Sistas in a way, except it's from a male perspective. So yeah, I just want to come up here and say that Sistas does have that I gotta watch every episode because I want to see what kind of dumbass decisions these people make this week, but only because you can see yourself in that position. I'm not saying that you've been in situations where you have a possessive lover, but you end up getting $250,000, or you end up with someone who grew up with two parents of the same gender and in their will they're supposed to have a drag show, or you're with a cowboy. I don't know. Or maybe you end up with a pastor who has a crazy ex-wife who shoots herself in front of you. Yeah, you know what? This is getting off track, but let me just say, Sistas, pretty damn good. Just wanted to say that. Now, keep in mind when I do my Sistas versus Bruh video, that's going to be a difficult one because even though, I mean, look, it's 24 episodes in season 1. So if you look at the time length of the episode, then you can almost say that it's only 12 episodes because it takes 2 episodes of Bruh to equal 1 episode of Sistas in terms of runtime. However, even though Bruh is short, it does cover a lot, even though there are some fillerish episodes. So I can't wait to do that video because it's honestly going to feel weird to try to compare these shows without being biased, because people will say, you're only going to pick Bruh because you're a male, or you're only going to pick Sistas because you're a guy and you know Crystal Lee and you talk with some of the girls. It's not about that. I feel like if you watch my reviews or been on my channel long enough, my stuff is unbiased. Like, even if there's an episode out, I will praise what I like and then talk about what I don't like. So it's fun because the acting, even though it's kind of a bit weird sometimes on Sistas, where it's like, okay, somebody wouldn't act this way, I just feel like it is sometimes realistic in a way. Okay, I know that's a contradictory statement, but for the most part, I think the acting on Sistas is pretty damn solid. I mean, yeah, it does feel a bit cringe when they're trying to insert comedic value when it's really not there, or, some people are like, okay, Maurice doesn't have to flirt with every guy, especially if it's pretty much been confirmed they're straight, or, Calvin, it's like, okay, him getting aroused by that stick thingy, I forgot, or vibrator. Look, I don't know what the sex toys are. I don't know, but yeah, it's just sometimes it is a bit cringe, but at the end of the day, it's like, overall, I think this show is pretty good. So let me know in the comments, like, if you watch Sistas, what is it about the show that makes you watch? I mean, for me, like I said, it's that undeniable frustration I get when I see these characters make bad choices, but also the fact that it's so realistic that it makes me love it even more. So with that being said, let's get the conversation going down. in the comment section below. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.